A Starbucks employee has gone viral for whining in the back room about how tough the job is.
People wonder why we need a union at Starbucks, and I am literally about to quit. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but, like, I really want to. I almost walked out today, and I'm crying in the back room right now, and I almost cried on the floor. It's just... I'm like a full-time student. I get scheduled for 25 hours a week, and then on weekends they schedule me the entire day, open to close. I'm on the schedule for 8.5 hours, both Saturday and Sunday. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day. And then people are yelling at me because they don't have their orders ready, and they don't know what to do. I can't do it. And a customer was misgendering me today, like, really badly. I didn't have their order ready. And so they were just, like, talking to each other. And they're like, she's clearly incompetent. I have a full mustache and beard. What the f***? I don't get accommodations for being neurodivergent. I'm, like, at my wit's end with this job.
Ever since he brought up the issue of misgendering, I actually don't know what gender he is. So I'll use he, which is the gender-neutral singular pronoun. He's very upset because he has to work sometimes 25 hours a week. Sometimes he has to work a full shift being 8.5 hours. How many people only work 8 hours a day? Even maybe you work 8 hours a day at your job, but then I know very few people who can get by working just 8 hours a day, or even who want to only work 8 hours a day. I'm being told, by the way, by the producers that the video is of a woman who I guess is taking hormones, and it was a little tough to tell because it's so zoomed in tight on her face that you can't quite get a picture of the whole body and height and everything to see what sex she is. So she's obviously a troubled person. She's obviously got a severe mental illness. She probably should be in a therapist's office rather than trying even to work a job. She's obviously not capable of working a job. But it actually raises a lesson for all of us in society. Not just the ones who are kind of crazy and think we're the opposite sex, and the spoiled snowflake young people who never had to work a tough job in their life or whatever. For all of us, we have a lesson here. This woman should be very thankful to Starbucks for presenting her with hardship and giving her an opportunity to mature and giving her an opportunity to do a difficult thing. Working at Starbucks actually is a difficult job. I've worked in fast food, I've worked in restaurants, I've worked plenty of service jobs. It can be very tough. It's very demanding. Customers can be tough. You got to do things a mile a minute, especially at the lunch rush or the afternoon coffee rush. So yeah, I'm sure it's a tough job. And the main takeaway that this young lady should find in this here is to stop complaining. Stop complaining. It is such a gift and for everybody in life to face hardship and then not complain and suffer in silence and cultivate a spirit of resignation and patience and fortitude, all of which are virtues that are completely forgotten in our, I'm getting so angry, I'm going to throw my microphone off here, that are completely forgotten in our decadent modern culture. It's wonderful. That will make you a stronger person. It will make you a better person. It will make you a holier person if you do that. You don't need to whine about every problem. In fact, you should never whine ever about anything. You can engage in criticism, especially if that criticism can be effective. I mean, that's what this show is, right? We're criticizing the modern culture, but we're not criticizing it from the perspective of, wow, things are so bad right now. I hate it. Isn't this a terrible world? No, quite the opposite. We're saying, this is what's bad. Here's how we got to fix it. This is what we got to stop doing. This is what we got to start doing. This is not working as well as it should right now. Here's a better policy to put in its place. That's a wonderful thing. Fixing things is a wonderful thing. But whining and complaining and saying, woe is me, you should never say that. Excise that from your vocabulary, because we all make fun of that chick at Starbucks. We have all been that chick at some point in our lives. We have. especially me, because I can't really grow a beard that well. So, it's pretty patchy, actually. We're not so different, she and I, especially today that I'm in my Rachel Maddow costume for Halloween. We have all been that chick at some point. And then I hope most of us have grown up and learned to not. We're living in a time when we're told, don't repress anything. You've got to let it all out. You've just got to talk. Don't talk about your feelings. When you complain, when you whine, you put burden on other people. There's a study about this. There's a study, it just came out. I just saw this in the Drudge Report. So, take it with a grain of salt. But it's citing real academics here, that stress spreads like a virus from people to people. The neuroscientist Tony W. Buchanan, who's a professor at St. Louis University, measured the response of people who were simply observing stress in others. And he found that the observers' cortisol levels spiked via a phenomenon known as stress contagion, the spread of stress from person to person like a virus. And we all know anecdotally that this is true. We all know that this is true. Because if you've ever had a sort of difficult relative or, a friend who's just constantly whining about everything, it puts you on edge as well. And I wonder too, as I say, the chief cause of all of our ills in the modern age is not some political philosopher or some government bureaucrat or some stupid policy or something. It's that people are not getting baptized and so demons are running amok because we don't have enough exorcisms going on. It's just a fact, okay? We say hard facts on this show. That's one of them. But another cause of so much of the disorder, I wonder if it's because we have these social media feeds. The feeds, right? We're just constantly feeding ourselves like horses with a slop bag on, except we're feeding ourselves images and audio and videos and things like that. And so much of that content is really angry, stressful content where it's, the transgender person yelling and screaming and, or it's even people on the right often do this. I sometimes fear that I will never have a career in political commentary. I guess I do have one. But in the long run, because I can't get angry. I get angry like twice a year. And most political commentary is someone sort of just shaking their fist at the screen or yelling into a microphone. I just can't do that. I'm not that angry. I'm dismayed at the state of the world. I would like to turn things around. I got some ideas on how to do that. But because it's just rude to be angry and whining and complaining all the time. And it shows that you're not in control of your emotions. And it shows that you haven't cultivated a higher will. And it shows that you're still given to your base passions. Don't do it. Don't be like that chick at Starbucks, folks. Let me yell that into the microphone. Don't be like that chick at Starbucks. Because it will make you very unhappy and it will make the people around you very unhappy as well. Today is Music Monday, baby. And so my producers assure me they've got a wonderful song for me to listen to analyze, because I am a hip-hop maven. The rest of the show continues now. You don't want to miss it. If you're not a member, click the link in the description and join us.